Imagine a hypothetical future in which an alien ship arrives on Earth. It is not a colossal ship, but a compact structure, the size of an aircraft carrier, that emerges from nowhere and settles in our atmosphere. On board, some 10,000 beings from a distant world, with technology that defies our understanding and with a clear hostile intention. The first contact is not a greeting, but a devastating attack on a military base, demonstrating a firepower and precision that surpasses us. The initial confusion gives way to panic. The war begins without declaration. Humanity mobilizes, but the fight is uneven. Their ships are faster, their plasma weapons overwhelm our defenses, their energy shields repel our attacks. Entire cities are reduced to rubble, morale plummets. Yet human resilience emerges. Scientists work tirelessly, trying to decipher their technology, adapting our weapons. They find a vulnerability in their shields, a small crack that allows them to be weakened. The war becomes a battle of attrition. The aliens, though technologically superior, are few. We, though less advanced, are many and defend our home. The fight becomes brutal, every victory is won with blood, every defeat leaves a scar. We stop facing them directly, we adopt guerrilla tactics, surprise attacks, traps. The war moves to the ruins of our cities, to the forests, to the deserts. Every meter is won with effort. The alien ship, damaged and depleted of resources, becomes a vulnerable target. A coordinated attack, using everything we have learned, manages to pierce its defenses. The ship goes down, the aliens are defeated, captured, or killed in the final battle. Earth is safe, but at a terrible price. Millions dead, cities razed, infrastructure destroyed. Human civilization is on the brink of collapse. We have won, yes, but victory is bitter, a constant reminder of our fragility and the need to be prepared for the unimaginable. The war is over, but the consequences will be with us forever. Imagine for a moment that our sun, the star that gives us life, suddenly turned into a black hole. Don't worry, this is pure speculation, but what would happen? For starters, we wouldn't be sucked in right away. The sun's mass wouldn't change, it would just be compressed into an incredibly small space, perhaps the size of a city. The Earth would continue to orbit at the same distance, but without the light and heat it provides us now. Our planet would freeze over, plunging into perpetual darkness. The oceans would turn into blocks of ice, and life as we know it would die out. The gravity of the solar black hole would be the same as that of the sun today at the same distance, but its density would be unimaginable. Spacetime would be extremely curved near this point, creating an event horizon from which nothing, not even light, could escape. Hawking radiation, a quantum phenomenon, would emit a tiny amount of energy from the black hole, but it would be insignificant in warming the planet. Despite the tragedy, Earth would continue to dance around this invisible point, a silent reminder of what a brilliant star it once was. Fortunately, the sun is not massive enough to collapse into a black hole. It would need to be many times larger, but this is a fascinating idea to ponder the cosmic forces around us. Imagine for a moment that our planet, Earth, decided to stop rotating. The change would be instantaneous and catastrophic. First, all objects not anchored to the ground, including people, animals, vehicles, buildings, and even the oceans, would be propelled eastward at supersonic speeds, due to inertia. Imagine a global tsunami sweeping over coastlines and cities at a speed of 1,600 kilometers per hour. The atmosphere would also be dramatically affected, generating hurricane-force winds of thousands of kilometers per hour, far more intense than any storm we have ever witnessed, sweeping away everything in its path and raising clouds of dust and debris that would darken the sky. The shape of the Earth would change radically, flattening at the poles and bulging at the equator, as the centrifugal force that keeps it in its current shape would disappear. Day and night, as we know them, would cease to exist. A solar day would last a whole year, with 6 months of scorching sunlight, where the temperature would rise to unbearable levels, and 6 months of freezing darkness, with extreme sub-zero temperatures. The magnetic field, generated by the movement of the Earth's core, would almost completely disappear, leaving us exposed to solar and cosmic radiation, which would sterilize the surface and make life impossible. The oceans would move towards the poles, creating gigantic masses of frozen water in those areas and leaving the equator almost dry, completely transforming the geography of the planet. Volcanoes, now without the centrifugal force that kept them in balance, would erupt massively, releasing toxic gases into the atmosphere. Life, as we know it, could not survive this apocalypse. Plants, unable to adapt to the extreme conditions of light and darkness, would die, and with them, the entire food chain. A scenario worthy of a science fiction film, but one that reminds us how crucial the movement of our planet is for the existence of life and the delicate cosmic dance that allows us to exist.